looking like they're going to go for the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa and Desire, a matchup we've seen a lot of times before. A lot of follow-up, especially when you have an Alistar and an Ahri to give you that setup. So I think both teams can be pretty happy with the draft that's come through. I think ultimately, you know, DRX have this Jace in the top. Pretty easy setup for a kill.
Yeah, the timing of this as well, and he's going to get hooked. But it does take a bit of damage, but the light is so low, I think Sponge might just be able to kill him by himself. He doesn't even have cooldowns to knock this dog away. The flash on in, and Delight is in a lot of trouble. First Blood also given over to Teddy. And that is pretty gigantic for him. Let's see if Peanut can get something going here as they're trying to take out Pleta. And now Sponge in a bit of trouble. The burst damage coming out from Viper's passive, and they will trade it back. So Peanut.
But yeah, still a while away for now. They are looking for Pleta here.
He's going to get the Aftershock off, but he doesn't have flash and he can't hook to a wall. So you talked about this Nautilus having trouble.
You know, Zeka's dealing with a wave mid, so maybe they can steal away one. I think that's the game plan here.
And then Sponge sitting around. Peanut didn't use this smite for the first one. Now he's going to use it to secure the second one. And now Sponge just going to get zoned away, goes into his untargetable. But here comes Zeka in with the Spirit Rush. And DRX, I think they stuck around for way too long. And they will be punished for it. The flash on in from Peanut as he is feasting on them. Oh, a lot of feathers though. And now, maybe they chased a little bit too far. Zeka though is trying to rejoin. They both get stunned on the rocks. And this is turning into a very dirty fight, but still, it looks like Hanwha Esports barely will come.
Teddy to the top side. Oh, we're going to see a look in here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go for it. Might as well. Nice little steal. And as Nefiri, maybe he can do something. He's going to go untargetable, but no flash. And yeah, he's going to pay for it with his life.
I think it's worth it, honestly. Laning.
Yeah.
Don't really inspire joy for a team fight when you have Catalyst. Oh, no. But,
preparing to scale. Yeah, he's getting TP'd behind. Pleta does have his flash. And the TP takes about 5 million years. Now they're just going to turn on to Zeka, though, and he gets blown up immediately. And Pleta is able to get away as well. The feathers are on the ground. It looks like DRX do not want to overcommit. They got their pick. And they'll just back away for now. A lot of little health bars on their side. They might still try to compete for this one.
Rich TP back in. Pleta's going to take a while longer. Look at this flank from Delight, though.
Oh, boy. UCal in a lot of trouble. The flash on in into the equalizer there. Just burnt to a crisp in the choke points. Teddy looks like he barely does survive. Rich does get back, and they are going to turn it here onto Delight, but you're trading your life just for the support, and you're going to lose these
neutral objectives this game. I actually think that's why the steal earlier from Sponge was pretty significant, because it's bad, don't get me wrong. Alternatively, could just focus. Okay, he's TPing in. They want to make this a fight.
I'm just not sure if they're going to be able to. Look at this! CC Chain comes in onto Sponge. The Kai'Sa ult goes in. Viper is very deep on this one. Doesn't have his flash. Maybe assumed he would, but he just kind of went in and traded his life for it. But still, Zeus here with the equalizer. They're just holding the choke and waiting. They're going to drop that one on top of Teddy. Oh, he just got a Leandri's too.
Yep. Zeus will come top and finish off this tower. And now, Dragon up. DRX don't have to contest this. There is an Arakan on the other side of the map. It is a take the reserve call, which I think is also the correct call. Back off, back off.
Oh, they're TPing in. They want to fight this as the TP came out first, and Rich is going to flash on over to it, but he might just be dead anyway. As Peanut, though, is going to get knocked back. It looks like he doesn't want to go for the fight, neither does Zeus anymore. Down does come Zeka, though. You can see on the minimap, he's about to get here, looking for Rich. Misses the charm, doesn't matter, gets the kill as the miss flash. No! Nobody wanted to see that, especially UCal and the guys on DRX. As a nice hook does come in from the side of Pleta, but might just index them into another fight here as Peanut is still going in, finally gets taken down, but he will be traded out as 2 kills goes to Zeus. And now Hanwha, though, unless Sponge can somewhat steal it away. I don't know how you somewhat steal away an objective. Let's see. He's going to get over the wall. He goes untargetable. He steals it away. Sponge, the hero play. And he even gets a kill here on a Peanut. Not half bad. As now the withdrawals come in, but that's going to be a lot of money that does go over to Hanwha Esports anyway. We'll see if they can get some kills, but Zeka does go golden. That means that Teddy can't really join the fight, so it's just 800 extra gold given over to Hanwha. As Teddy here is going to be equalized. No flash available, but he does have his Blade Caller. As, ooh, the timing a little bit late there from Teddy.
It's going to be Dragon for Baron, which is definitely not a good trade. Not even one they're wanting to take.
We've seen so many fights like this where DRX are desperately trying to get in. Pleta has to frontline. He's just going to go down. As now, Mischarm, nice dodge there from UCal. But that's a kill onto Pleta. It does mean that Hanwha Esports will back off of the Baron, though. So no objective comes in. As that charm on the Fury, never really going to hit, as they might just look for the Dragon instead.
The light's on the flank.
Yeah, the light is here. Now Teddy might just die first. He does have the withdrawal, but he's not in the fight anymore, as over the rocks go Peanuts, but he just doesn't care, as Sponge goes untargetable, and they're just being hunted down one by one. Maybe Sponge gets away because he is Nefiri. But I think Hanwha Esports are okay with that.
All he tries to misses, as does the Void Seeker. He can heal off this Grom. And it's a lot of low health bars, actually. There's no TP for DRX, though. I feel like if Rich came over, I honestly think they could have made something up. It's like how low HLE are, but I guess they just take the safe lane. We'll see if DRX can hold them off. They might have to give this one up.
Yeah, I mean, Equalizer comes down, and the flash on in from Zeus. He wants blood right now. Goes incredibly deep for it, and yes, he will go down, but he sets up the fight for his team. He says, I want to be done with this game right now. I'm not wasting any time, as that guy just dies to the burn, and Zeka goes in. He is just rolling his face over the keyboard right now, as nobody can get away from him here, as it looks super pretty on the side of Zeka, as once again he has his moments right at the end of the game.
Just decimation, you know, there's some nice steals, some Sponge, some decent plays at times, but for the most part this was a HLE favored game, and this final push from them, they made it clear they have a goal lead, they know how to pull it off, and Zeus wants this game over.
And he ended the game very well.
Yeah.
What does it do for the team?
Okay,
there's the Blitzcrank.
Top.
I called it.
Okay, okay. So they end up with a Blitzcrank support. It's going to be the Nidalee top. We saw the Shy play this AD Nidalee top, and it's going to be the Maokai jungle. So flexing very hard here.
Absolutely bullied and wrecked in the top lane for your choice. But you didn't really have much of a choice in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's just a feels bad moment for him, as Zeka in a bit of trouble. He is going to go forward though, and actually he's just avoiding the Skarner entirely. A Sponge will get the first blood at least, and does flash away. Peanut should be able to. Yep, there's the Q. Does trade it back.
So 1-for-1, all summoners traded. Both junglers getting the kills. So not really much to come for. Oh, Sponge.
Well, he doesn't have his flash, so he's just dead. Gonna use his burrow to get into the under turret and just ult in team fights and be a team fight presence. Because you're never gonna win against Nidalee. It's not gonna happen. Peanut did get in here and did pick up a grub, so steals one away. Sponge in a lot of trouble. There's the Maokai and Blitzcrank synergy, and Sponge will just be going down here. They're gonna give the kill over to Zeka.
I don't get how they're being surprised.
It's getting out of hand already. It's getting very out of hand.
It is an AD Nidalee, so it's not like... Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to get hooked here, though. Not under turret, though. There's the stun. Delight gets locked down by the two of them. Level 6 here, hit by Teddy right on time. Delight just was not able to respect that.
Everything landed, you know. Power up Raw Mesriel, and the Blitzcrank not very effective in the 2v2. You know, they obviously picked it for the synergy with the Maokai. Delight's gotten great value so far this game, specifically in the 2v2, and no cleanse on Viper, by the way.
Yeah, he does use his Ghost, so he avoids the Q. And that's going to mean that they just have to back away, especially with the Blitzcrank coming back here.
It was already a little bit of a sketchy dive, if I'm being honest. The fact he had ult and flash, I think even if the Q lands, could have been a little volatile, but a great dodge there from Viper. And here, that's that final auto. The W into ult is why it does so much damage.
It's perfect from Teddy, layering the damage. And nicely done by Pleta as well to set it up. Sponge going around as Delight tries to help out his buddy Viper here. Gonna pull the Skarner away, but Viper in so much trouble. Does flash at the right at the end of it, but Teddy will still pick up the kill. No flash and no support. Gets over the ult as Teddy, and the hook is gonna miss as well, as he is super duper dead. Teddy picks up a third kill as well.
Teddy clean with it. Didn't even take cleanse this game. That much confidence now being collapsed on though. Zeka has ult, has flash. What can they do to outplay this? First Q misses.
TP comes in. That's how they're going to try to outplay it. Oh, but the deny on the TP. And now Zeka's like, oh, I guess we'll just kill the Braum here. Thank you very much. Pleta with no flash here, but does throw the ult out. And Sun comes in. Zeka in a bit of trouble. And Teddy is just so strong already.
Yeah. Oh, now looking for Zeus.
He does have his flash, but should take a little bit of pressure off, at least.
Some good moves coming out from DRX. Actually got a goal lead right now. They will sacrifice these 3 grubs, but already having 2, I think, the fight. Oh, no. Teddy's aware. Can he get out?
Back.
Zeka could stop his back again. Okay, they're going to have to TP the Silent a little bit defensively. They were planning a swap anyway, because grubs are now down in this situation. But I think also Rich just trying to secure that they don't go for a dive onto Teddy. Protecting Nick's damage.
Yeah.
With this build.
Zeus, of course, does not care about the Sion. Sion almost doesn't exist. There's that wave clear you were talking about. Here's the Maokai ultimate down on the bottom side. Probably looking for the hook here onto the Braum, but Zeka in a bit of trouble. Goes in, gets the double sweep, but the follow-up is not quite there. Zeka in a lot of trouble, as is Sponge, but Sponge survives for so long, and so does Zeka. Finally gets traded out. That's a 4th kill.
Without Sion.
Yeah, it's very true. We talked a lot about, you know, Ezreal gold gap. We talked about the Nidalee gold gap, but Peanut, nobody wants to see that. Peanut's here, but we have 3 members trying to gank in Nidalee and in Maokai, a pretty difficult task. They're just going to turn onto Pleta. There's a TP coming in as well. Sponge gets the aggro. In goes Zeus, but there is Teddy right there. As now, Zeka going to save his top laner. And Teddy, does he have the damage? No, he absolutely does not. For the team?
Yeah, I feel like they need to address this. You know, I said that the Nidalee goal lead wasn't that relevant in terms of fights, but it's definitely... You just keep giving over structures, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and I mean, considering the player that's playing it as well, like, I think Zeus is the guy that's going to get the most value out of this pick.
Yeah.
Out of anybody, so you can absolutely trust him. And now Rich, he tried to clear the wave, I guess. Maybe thought Zeus backed.
The thing is, he has no armor as well, so there's Triforce and procs are just absolutely shredding him.
Yeah. Just needs to clear wave and try to back, but there's another wave coming in, and he's already got a back, so now he's coming back to the turret. I don't even know if he survives there. We got DRX setting up on the Rift Herald. It's the light. Looking for the hook. He's going to find Pleta. That Braum in a lot of trouble, holding up the door, as he will actually be able to flash away. It didn't have to be 80 Nidalee. There's just a little flare, as now we got the ult coming out here from the Maokai. No follow-up from Delight, though. Now he's going to go for the hook as he gets a max-range hook onto Pleta, but he is Braum. And now we got the Impale here on a Zeka, who, yes, will get the shuffle into the Redemption as well. And he will survive for just long enough. They get Teddy, and he was really the only guy doing much of anything. As Ucal, he is Victor. Oh, comes in, he lives! Ucal lives! And Peanut can't quite get in range. Meanwhile, this is happening, but the team fight was much more interesting.
Yeah, and I still think, despite this being a win for DRX, barely. And meanwhile, that side lane 86, he's pumping.
Feeling pretty good. Now we're just gonna go straight for this turret, as the TP does actually finish, as now, yeah, we're gonna have a second one coming on in. They're all grouping up for this one, as Rich in a lot of trouble. He doesn't really exist in this game, so that's the front line gone. At least one of them. 5 members of Hanwha barrel down mid.
It kind of felt like... Oh.
Yeah, Zeus just knows how strong he is, and he's not scared of anything. As Impale comes in, maybe he should have been a little bit more scared. Now he's going to flash away, and now he's got Redemption and his own heal, and hops over the wall. Kind of baits his team into a rough spot, but got Teddy's flash, so there's that.
Yeah, I think Zeus feels like, I'm so strong, but Zeus is like, I'm so strong, and then he gets... Oh, speaking of Zeus...
What is Zeus doing? Where is he? Can he survive this time around? The answer is absolutely not. As the shutdown goes over to the Skarner, unfortunately, but here comes Ucal. It's going to be swept away. And meanwhile, Rich trying to keep the fight going.
He's doing a lot of damage to DRX right now.
Rich isn't actually real. It doesn't even have his ult. But they need Zeka here.
If Peanut gets in, it's so bad.
Well, they're going to try to zone there with the Scion Q. It will be successful. Zeka still chipping away. Some lower health bars, but a big Scion Q onto that backline into the Braum follow-up, and Viper and Delight are both dead. And there you go. Now we got an Impale onto Zeka. Follow-up should come in. I don't think he's getting out of this one. As, yes, he will go down. That's a double kill now for Teddy. As here comes Zeus, though.
Get the plants, get the
Got
plants!
the front line. Zeus, he wants some of the plants, he wants some of the flowers, and he wants some kills as well. Double kill comes out for Peanut. And now they're looking for a bit more. The stun was big on the Zeus, but he gets another one. As down will go Peanut. And Zeus is all alone. This game is absolutely wild at this point.
He could kill you. Be really careful. Never mind.
Yeah, not into these two damage dealers. Just gonna get burst down.
So as I was saying, very fake things, but unfortunately, Teddy and Yukao are very, well, Teddy in particular is quite...
There's the stun. It's still Nidalee. He's just gonna heal himself. Why even bother? You got a Maokai ultimate coming in, trying to hold up the door. The Mikhails is there. And Change of Corruption there as well. Gonna target Yukao, actually. Jumps on over. Bit of damage, but a lot used by Hanwha. Now, Zeus, he's looking for the kill. Going under the turret. As Rich, he did not spend enough time clearing the wave. As down will go the turret. And Zeus can do whatever he wants in the side lane.
One job.
Yeah.
Look at these ones. That's something.
You know that episode of SpongeBob where it's like the lid, the lid, the lid? Yeah. Rich, he doesn't have his ult, and he's actually taking a lot of damage here. He's alone. The Maokai ultimate comes out, and there you go. You can hook the Scion.
Wait, don't
go
for Dragon. Just go for Dragon. DRX, just go for Dragon. Let them have Baron. If they're already set up there, just go for the Dragon.
Take the Dragon.
Take the Dragon.
Yukao is coming over here to stop the push, but just going to try to save the base.
It's fine. Let the inhib go. Okay, just clear the minions.
Trying to take a 1v1 here. The Chaos Storm does come down here, as there is the Steric Shield. The Spear is going to land, as now trying to hop on in, but the timing on the Zhonya's is great. Gets over the wall to Zeus, as now he will go down. Did not have flash, and they got him.
Okay.
Okay, well, he says, I want to fight, and I'm gonna cue the Nidalee. TP's coming in.
He can just run away, though.
Yeah, the ult does hit him, and there's the Q. I mean, no flash yet, and
he's slowed.
He's slowed. He can't get away. It's a big shield, but eventually this Nidalee will go down. But meanwhile, we got a team fight going on. Big redemption, and now the angle is gigantic for Zeka. Picks up the two of them, as you had one job, kill the Nidalee and don't team fight. Because now we got a big Chaos Storm coming out here, as well as Zombie Scion. And it's a lot of damage from Yukao. He's going to go down. The one job he had as well is also failed. Hanwha Esports with the Baron will just end the game.
Clutched defeat from the jaws of victory. DRX making some big mistakes, and HLE are there to punish, there to clean up. We saw the 80 Nidalee top from Zeus. It did its job swimmingly, and HLE will claim a 2-0 in this game. Just kill the minions. Just kill the minions.
Had one job.
Just really lose impact towards the end of the game.
Yeah, Yukao was more fed than Zeka, did more damage. Teddy was more fed than Viper, did more damage. And it's going to be Zeus who picks it up. I just think, you know, the pressure from the Nidalee was enough, and he had a great Rumble game, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fine vote. I think, personally, I went for Peanut. You know, big believer.
You went for the narrative vote?
For the narrative, no. Because I think his Zinzao and his Maokai was pretty good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But, wow.
They were.
Yeah, I think a heartbreaker for DRX. I would have been okay with seeing this go to 3 games. I think they did the homework. They did it. You know what they did? They revised for the test, and then they fell asleep in the exam hall.
They just, yeah. They have we have a Peanut interview, and he will be on the space as well. So make sure you're tuning in for that. Will be a ton of fun.
Yep.
As it always is. But we of course do have the POM interview with Zeus first. So let's go to that right now.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Zeus on the side of Hanwha Esports. Congratulations! What a flawless performance by Hanwha Esports for that 4th win in a row. How do you feel? You know, I feel like we lost with a pretty bad performance during the opening match, but I'm just really glad that we're able to come back with such improved performance lately. And game 2 had a feisty pick, Top Nidalee, that has reappeared in the LCK after 3,683 days. So, did you insist on playing her? What was the story behind this pick? You know, I saw the Top Nidalee pick in LPL, and I had been really just waiting for this moment to pick her and bring her up in the top lane, and I'm just really glad that I found this moment. So what are some pros and cons of playing her on stage? I feel like for Nidalee, I think you have to really push and be proactive in the side lanes, but I ended up getting killed once, and I think the most important part is not making a mistake with her. Regardless, you were so aggressive with pushing some of the turrets. Did you think there's any standout moments from any of your teammates today? You know, because I wasn't able to really pay attention to any other parts of the map during my gameplay. I would say, honestly, Delight did play really well. I think you're right. The Alistar game was quite incredible. And according to Peanut's interview, he said the team's form is up to 80% and the tier list is complete. So we can totally feel that confidence. What are your thoughts on the statement? You know, yeah, we can tell how confident Peanut is based on that statement. And after the recent 5,000 assist milestone, there's another good news about Peanut. He has reached another first ever 500 wins as a jungler. So anything you would like to say to him? Actually, I saw that standings, and I noticed that I was on the 7th in the standings, and I feel like I was a big contribution to his milestone. So I guess congrats, Peanut. And your next opponent will be Nongshim Red Force. What is your resolution? Our match against Nongshim Red Force, we've seen a lot of strong moments with him, so we will have to make sure that we are prepared and well prepared for that one. And that's the end of the interview with Zeus. See you at the space in a bit for another interview with Peanut. Thank you.
That bit is over. We're here in the space. Wow, dear. Great timing, Ayaya. As we are stunned here on the death.
We're mad.
Cronny and I are not happy that Peanut didn't get POM after popping off in game 1, completely controlling the entire game. And then Zeus missed every equalizer in game 1.
Look at the votes.
Like, okay.
Oh, irresponsible
Hear me
soup and Chichichik votes.
The Delight votes?
Media.
Totally
Tech
fine.
W.
Totally
Who knows?
fine, yeah.
Delight had 2 amazing games.
Oh my gosh.
And also,
I love Zeus. He's my favorite.
Yes.
He's one of my favorites.
Whoa.
if you're a caster, if you're a caster too, like, you remember game 2 when you have to put the thing in at the last possible second when you're like, oh, I got to vote, this is tough. Like, you remember the last game more than you remember the first game. And obviously that last game was warped by the Nidalee split pushing with the whole breaker. So
For
I get
POG,
that.
it makes sense.
Yes, that's where I'm at. Like, I can get it, but I do feel like Peanut deserved it, was more consistent throughout the series. And he got his 500th win.
Are we the narrative voters now?
That's crazy.
Because I feel like we're not. I feel like
we're
Peanut
not.
had 2 crazy games.
Yeah, no, he just was good.
Yeah, well, let's get to those narratives. There it is, Cronny.